Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's EnRoute webinar. My name is Bennett. I'll be the moderator for today. Our presenter is Aaron Clapp. He's our application specialist at SAI. He knows just about everything there is to know about EnRoute, and today he'll be walking through the new tools and features of the cloud window. It's a new thing to EnRoute. After the presentation, we will be able to answer any questions you have either about the cloud window or any other EnRoute topics, so feel free to put those questions in the chat and we'll get as many answered as we can. We are recording the webinar as always, so if you want to review anything that Aaron discusses, we'll be sending that out to you, sending a link out to you this afternoon, so look out for that. And with that, I think we're ready to get started, so I'll turn the presentation over to Aaron.
All right, sounds good. So this window, this cloud window that we're talking about today, this is one of those new things that we're adding into EnRoute 7. Some of you, if you have Flexi, might be familiar with this on the Flexi side. This has actually been something we've had in the Flexi software way back since we moved over to the cloud system in version 11. So we wanted to be able to bring this into EnRoute to provide some additional help and support and some additional functionality to the software that perhaps maybe wasn't there before, and it was very unique to EnRoute. So we're glad to have it here, and there's a couple really powerful tools that we're going to actually do some demos with here in a minute. But let's just kind of go over the overview of what's in this window, and then let's jump into some of the more advanced tools that are in there that you can use that I think you'll really like. So first of all, this is a window that's going to show up on the right-hand side of your software. Now, it may pop up the first time you open it, or if it doesn't, you can always get to it by going to the View menu and clicking Cloud Window. So if you want to click on that and make it go away, it'll disappear. Then that way you have full view of your workspace. To bring it back, we'll just do the same thing, and that'll pull it out from the right. Now, first thing at the top of the list here, let's talk about Addendo. This is a link here for our training service. So if you're interested in getting training on EnRoute, one-on-one training more specifically, for EnRoute users, you can click here, and this will take you to Addendo where you would sign up, and then you can purchase training with different advisors. So for example, me and EJ, and a few others are on there from SAI. We also have several people that own sign shops that are also there on Addendo. And so if you're interested in training, you can go there, you can contact those people, ask them some questions, and see if it would be the right fit. And then you can get one-on-one training with that person. And so this is a really good way to kind of get that. And the nice thing is that it's all built around a calendar system, so you can check their availabilities and see when they're open, when they have time slots and stuff like that. And so it makes it really easy for finding out when and scheduling out, training for a new employee or for just building up some skills in some different areas that you're not familiar with. So that's the first thing up at the top of the list there that we want to take a look at. Now, this next section is kind of more for help and support. These are going to be links for our support team. So for example, if you want to click on the YouTube link projects, this will bring you right into our YouTube channel. And so you can go into some different playlists for EnRoute 7 and things like that. So that'll take you right to our YouTube channel. If you click on training and events, same thing. It's basically a link that takes you to our training and events page here. And so you'll see that we've got our EnRoute and all of our different webinars that are going on there. Support and contact us. This is just a way for you to get a hold of us and get contact with us via email, phone, or whatever you may be. So if you need to contact EnRoute support and get it through us this way, these are two links for that. So those are all pretty self-explanatory. We have an EnRoute knowledge base that we'll be building out there. And so those are some interesting things here. I'm going to skip over the cloud tools for now. We'll get to that. I'm going to open up the managed subscription. So this here is going to be basically links that will take you to some options where you can manage your subscription. So if you want to add a new product or add a new license or manage the payment on your subscription. So if you want to manage your EnRoute subscription, you click on this here down on manage payment methods. So you've got some different options here, and these basically will take you right to the links that you need to be. So if I click on manage payment, this is going to pull me up and it's going to ask you for your SAI cloud account. And so you'll log in here and then you'll be able to change your credit card or do any kind of things like that. So these are just some quick links for you to get a hold of the information for your subscription. So if you want to purchase extras would be considered different things like we sell. We'll actually be taking a look at this here in a second, but we have a product called Sign Design Elements, which allows you to download free resources off the website. If you want more than just the 5 free downloads that comes with your subscription, you can purchase an extra for X amount of dollars a month. You get 100 downloads a month. And so that would be considered an extra. So if you click on this and log in, it'll take you right to that website, and then it'll show you all the extras that are available that you can add to your subscription. If you want to purchase an additional license, you can click that here. You can view your license details by clicking that. You basically log in, and then it'll take you right to your cloud page like this, so you can see all your different licenses. So, that's something that you can just take advantage of. Now, the other thing that we wanted to add were some cloud tools. So, and this is something that we're going to probably expand on, and we'll probably be adding new things to this as we go along, and we have things that we can put in here. So for example, the first one we're going to look at is Find My Font. Now, when you click on this link, it doesn't do anything super special. It basically takes you to this website where you can download the Find My Font application. So you'll download it and install it. And when you install it, it's going to ask you for your cloud account information. So basically, you'll log in with your email address and password for your cloud account when you log in. But here's the cool thing about this application, and we're going to do a quick little demo of it because I think it's worth the time, and I think you guys will really enjoy this, especially if you're working on signs and stuff. Those people who have used this on the Flexi side have been really impressed. And so we open this up, and there's a little getting started page. So if you need some help or some instructions, you got this little getting started. So I'll close that for now. But Find My Fonts, what is Find My Font? Well, Find My Font is an application that allows you to take an image, so a bitmap, something that is, you can't access the font, and it allows you to determine what font is being used in that graphic with some algorithms and stuff like that. So let's just open up an image, and let's just do a quick demo of it here. So let's just see here. Let's go to my documents and go to, actually, you know what? They have a test images that we can use. So let's grab this one here. See what we can do with this one. Okay, so we've got a font here. I have no idea what this font is. I'm not that good at determining what fonts are which. There's some people out there that can do that. I'm not one of them. So we're going to use the Find My Font to determine what font this is. And then that way, when we go to recreate this sign, we know how to cut this out in whatever material that we need to do, cut this out for this particular sign. So I'm going to click the selection letter tool, and then I'm just going to click inside the letter, and it's going to bring up a couple of these. So I'm going to pick a couple letters that I think are a little bit distinctive to this font. So the W, the H, let's do the S, the R, and the E. I think that's probably good enough. So they are going to appear down here as letters. And so these are caps. So I'm going to go ahead and type in W, H, S, R, E, just so that the software knows which letters these are. And so I need to make sure that they're in the correct order here. And then I'm going to hit Match Fonts. So what this is going to do is going to look through my local computer and see what's available on my local PC. And then it's also going to search the internet and find where there might be some fonts on the internet that match better. So if I scroll down here, the pink ones are the ones that it found on the internet. And so these are ones that it searched and found out there. And here are kind of like the percentage points of matching. It's not going to be perfect, just simply because of how pixelated this image is. Of course, we can't match it perfectly, but we can get pretty close. And then here's the ones on my local PC are the green ones that I actually have already on my computer. If you have a large font library, this is going to be, you'll probably see more of these. I just have the basic Windows font set, so I don't have very many fonts. But if I click on this one, this one is pretty similar, but not, obviously this is a little bit taller. So we know that this is now, if we look at the R, that's obviously quite a bit different. The S has got a significantly different design, and so does the E. So we know that's not quite it. But as we scroll through here, I can click on this one up here, and now we can see, okay, this is pretty much what we're looking for. We've got the right height here. The R is in the right spot. The E has the little bit of an indent on the middle. The W, and it's all kind of stretched and tall. So this tells me that this is the font that I want. So if I'm going to reproduce this font, all I have to do is double click on this font, and it'll take me to a web page for Find My Font. It gives you the name of the font, so all of your font information, what it is, copyright, and all that stuff, and then where you can find this font source. So here's a cool thing here is I can test some more characters. So if I want to type some stuff up, I can do this, and then I can, play with some of it. I can make it bold. I can, do some things, kind of play with it, see if this is the right font, verify that this is what I'm looking for. I can also click on my character set. I can just go through here and look and find out, make sure I can kind of look through the other characters and make sure they match up with what I'm expecting it to, things like that. And then if I want to purchase these fonts, I've got 3 different fonts or places that I can purchase them from. So myfonts.com is a pretty common one, and Font Shop is also a pretty common place to purchase fonts. And then this is the publisher's website, so if you want to go to them directly. So this is a really great tool to use to find out fonts. Now here's something really, really cool, is we can also do skewed fonts. So we'll do one last quick demo here. And let's grab a test image. And I'm going to do this one here. Now, one of the things that you'll notice about this one is that this photo was taken at an angle. And if we try and click on these letters, you'll notice that it kind of gives us a skewed letter. And this is not really going to give us a really great match because the letters are skewed. So I'm going to get rid of these by just clicking on these X's here. And we need to figure out the skew here. So oddly enough, this tool has a great deskewer in it. So all I have to do, oops, this is the wrong tool. Let's do, here we go. This is the one I'm looking for. So let's grab this here, and I'm just going to line up that corner there. Let's make this a little bit smaller. Okay, so I'm going to use this box to sort of line some stuff up here. So I'm going to line up that corner, and then I'm going to hold down the Control key to individually edit each one of these items. So I'm going to hit Control. I'm going to drag this down like this. And I can zoom in here and kind of verify that I'm right where I want to be in these corners. Maybe grab, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you want to make sure you're being accurate here. So I can do that, and then maybe grab this guy and pull it in. Okay, so there we go. I've got this all lined up. And so now what I'm going to do is up here, I'm going to say Fix Perspective and hit Apply. I'm going to hit Apply. And just like that, it's unskewed the image, and it's also kept the proportions of the text properly. So now that we've fixed the skewing of this, I can actually click on these letters and it'll give me the proper thing here. So I can click here. I'm going to go ahead and grab this R, maybe the D and the S. I think that should give me enough. So I'm going to type in capital N, R, D, S. Hit match fonts. And again, it's going to look through my local PC first, and then it's going to go through the internet. And sure enough, the top one here listed is an exact match. So we've got a pretty good match here. And again, we can double click on this, go to the website, purchase it, type out some more stuff we want to test it, things like that. So this is a really powerful tool, even if you just need to know what that font is in order to recreate any kind of graphic. This can be something that's really tricky. And so having this tool here in your arsenal can save you hours of searching time, just trying to get the font that you're looking for in the right, trying to dig through fonts and things like that. This does a really good job of just finding the font that you need and then giving you a whole host of different fonts that are very similar. And so this is Find My Font, and this is available inside of your EnRoute now. So your subscription, if you have an EnRoute subscription, you get one free copy of the Find My Font that you can install on your PC. And so again, really great tool to use. Recommend that you get in there and try it. It's really easy. There's a ton of resources. In fact, I've actually done quite a few webinars on this particular tool that are on our YouTube channel, and I go into great detail, an entire webinar dedicated just to Find My Font. It has options for rotating text, enlarging, fixing all kinds of things. So it would be worth a check out if you want to take a look at that tool in more detail. Check out our YouTube channel. We've got some videos on there that, again, we take 45 minutes and we just go all over, all Find My Font stuff. So really useful tool. The next one is Sign Design Elements. This is a really good one too. We thought would be great for those who are in EnRoute that need some things to bitmaps, graphics, and other things to use in their sign creations. And so one of the things that we thought we would do and we thought would be really helpful would be to include the sign design elements in EnRoute as well. So again, this has been something that we added into, I think, Flexi 19, 12 or 19, I can't remember which. But you get 5 free downloads from this website called Sign Design Elements with your subscription. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it, and then I'm just going to log in with my cloud account information. I'll just do that here. I'm going to do that off screen here and pull it over. Okay, so here is the Find My Font design. So I've logged in this case, because I'm usually doing tech support and things like that. I've got the 100 downloads. So if you pay for the extra, you would get the 100 downloads. If not, you'd get the 5 free downloads. But this includes all kinds of things. So you've got vector artwork, vinyl ready stuff, photos. So if you're interested in doing like something like a rapid picture and you want some photos to do that with, this is a great way to get photos. So if you do a search, we can say flowers, and it'll give you pretty much anything in here for flowers. And so you can do a search like this under photos, or in multiple keywords to sometimes help. You can also do vector graphics, so all vectors of flowers. So if you're looking for that, you can choose that, and it'll pull in vector graphics. So when I click on one of these are all vector graphics here. So I could take something like this and I could import it into EnRoute. So I can download it as an EPS and import it right into EnRoute. So really helpful tool. There's all kinds of other stuff here as well. There's a template finder for vehicles. So, I don't know if this is something that maybe EnRoute wouldn't necessarily use as much, but if you're looking for a vehicle template. So you've got some stuff you want to do on a vehicle, whatever, you can be doing that here. You've got all kinds of high-res photos, graphics, and stuff like that. You even have some fonts available here. So if you want to try and download a font, you can look through their list of fonts. So a really good tool to add to your arsenal if you need graphics. The one thing that really is a bummer, and it's really actually not a great idea, is that let's say you're trying to look for something, some kind of graphic online. Typically, if you go to Google and just Google search, those are typically not royalty-free graphics. You're not supposed to download that kind of stuff and just use it. If the maker of that graphic, whether it be Vector or whatever, saw you that were reselling it, that could be something that they come back at you and say, hey, that's my artwork. I don't approve of you selling it. So that's kind of the danger of just Googling something, is that you might use something that is actually not somebody doesn't want you using to reproduce. And so this stuff here, what's really good is that it's all DRM free. So you can use this stuff without worrying about, is somebody going to claim your artwork that you used if you used an image of somebody, or you did this or that. This is really kind of nice to have that, security that when I download this, no one's going to come after me. Now, the likelihood of that probably happening is probably low, especially in like a vector graphic form where EnRoute's going to be doing it. But the problem there exists is that you don't want to be using copyrighted material that's not necessarily yours. And that's kind of the problem with Google. Not only that, Google tends to produce some really crummy images. I know I've been there trying to look for a graphic, and can I find something that's actually in a good resolution? So this will help solve that problem. You'll get graphics that are high resolution, and so in a lot of these cases, you get graphics that are vector-based, not just an image, so you don't have to vectorize it once you get it into EnRoute. So you have a much better starting point, and this is, I think, a much better solution. And it's, like I said, it's free, 5 free downloads if you have the EnRoute subscription. So a really good tool here in EnRoute 7 to be using. The other thing we want to talk about as well, under the cloud tools, is the one-line fonts. Now, this is something that we typically get questions about a lot in EnRoute, and that is, hey, when I write up some text, do you have any single stroke fonts? The answer is yes, but we only have 3. So they're not great. We only have a very small selection, and they do really well. So we have a couple one-line fonts here, and these are just single stroke fonts that you might use to engrave with. Again, nice fonts, but there's just only 3 of them. So you're looking at a small amount of selection here. So if you click on one-line fonts, this will take you to a page where you can download specific fonts, download and purchase specific single stroke fonts in all kinds of different varieties. One of the things that's very difficult and can be a little bit tricky is, for example, trying to find a font and find the single stroke font of that variant or something like that. So if I go into my fonts and let's say I have, let's just use this Courier New. If I want to find the center line of this font, this can be really difficult to do. Trying to trace this. In fact, there's really no great way of doing that inside of EnRoute. So what this one-line fonts allows you to do is this allows you to get back in there and look for some of these inside here. And we support all of these fonts. The great thing is about adding a font to EnRoute, it's really, really easy. All you have to do is open up your local computer, go to your C drive, find your Windows folder, and then find the fonts folder. And then all you have to do is drag and drop the files in here. So you can just drag them right from your desktop or wherever you downloaded them from and drag them right in here, and it'll automatically install those fonts for you. And then the next time you restart EnRoute, that font will be inside of EnRoute, so you can use it again. So really great website to partner with, especially for the CNC community, because there's a lot of one-line single-stroke fonts that you might want to use. You want to use the profile of the bit in order to create a nice font. Like if you're using a conic tool and you want some nice V-groove letters, one-line fonts are really great for that kind of thing. And so this will give you a nice resource available that we've known for a long time, but we decided to put it in here because then that way it's right in the forefront of you guys. You guys can see it, you get to it, and easily download these fonts that are really good for CNC machines. So that kind of covers basically everything in the cloud window. Again, we're really excited about these 3 tools here specifically because it really adds some additional functionality to the software that Flexi has had for a little while. So we're really excited about that. And we really think that this will help expand and really enhance the EnRoute 7 experience. And so, like I said before, we've got some links here to some of our different things going on at the bottom, but this is going to be something we're going to be adding to. So as time goes on, we're going to be adding additional, tools to this and things like that. So keep an eye out for the cloud window and what might be coming there. So now that we've kind of gone over everything, are there any questions or anything you'd like to ask about the cloud window and what's going on there? While we're waiting for some questions, let me see if I can pull up the link for the specific YouTube video on Find My Font, so you guys have it in the chat here.
Aaron, we've got one question from Brandon asking if this is a subscription-only feature.
The Find My Font. So these particular tool. Well, so this one is not the one-line fonts is not. That's just a website that you can go to. So if you don't have that one, it's onelinefonts.com. So you can go there if you want. The sign design elements and the Find My Font are exclusively to the EnRoute 7 subscription. So if you have a subscription, you'll get the free 5 downloads a month from Sign Design Elements, and then you'll get the free copy of Find My Font as well. Okay, and I just found the link here, so let me pull that up here in chat, and I'll put it in. Here is the link for the webinar that I did specifically on Find My Font. So if you want a bigger, longer demo, it's about a half an hour, 38 minutes or so. It goes through every feature on Find My Font. So if you want a more thorough, in-depth video on that, go check that out. That's definitely worth a watch. In fact, I think we have 2 or 3 videos on it. It's such a popular thing that we've done quite a few videos on that tool itself. Real game changer for sure. I mean, I'll be honest with you. If there's one reason that you would get a subscription for, it would be for Find My Font. I mean, it's a great value, and it does some powerful things and can save you a ton of time, especially if you're looking for, if you get graphics from somebody, and this typically happens a lot. We all kind of know it. Customer comes in and says, "Oh, this sign was designed and I don't have the original artwork. Can you make it again? Or we need it fixed." Finding some of the resources that they used previously, you might not even be able to get a hold of the original designer. They probably don't have the original artwork. So having something like that is very, very helpful. Any other questions?
Any more questions for Aaron before we close out for today? Give just a little bit longer here. All right, it doesn't look like it, so we'll go ahead and close it out. Thank you all for joining us for today's EnRoute webinar. Make sure you're subscribed to our newsletter so you won't miss any webinar announcements. Our next EnRoute webinar will be about another new EnRoute tool, the flatbed tool. So that'll be on July 20th, and we hope to see you there. Thank you again for attending. We hope you learned something, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.